Well, hello. My name is Sarah, Pearl of Wisdom with keto under 20 most days, and carnivore for those of you that do carnivore. And today we have Tracy, and Tracy lives in warm Florida. I'm quite jealous about that. And so Tracy is going to share with us her story. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Sarah. Good to be with you today.
Wonderful to be with you too. So, I guess we can begin at the beginning, or wherever you're comfortable. You can kind of start where you are now and go backwards. For some people, that's easier. And for
Okay.
other people, it's like, I began overeating at such and such an age, and I tried this and I did that, and then. So wherever you want to dive in, and every now and then I'll ask a question.
Great. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm 70 years old. I'm a mother, a grandmother, and a great grandmother. When I was growing up, of course, my mother was in charge of how I ate, so I never had a problem until I got married and was out on my own and started getting pregnant. I gained a little bit with each kid. I had two daughters, and I lost it pretty quickly after them. But I got divorced. I was very unhappy in that marriage and drinking beer galore, so I was gaining weight. Then I got divorced and I got remarried. 5 years into that marriage, I got pregnant again with my son, and I couldn't drink and I couldn't smoke, but I could eat. For the 9 months I was pregnant with him, and I gained more than I ever had. Um, and then maybe over the next 10 years, I was gaining, losing, trying every crazy diet out there.
Like what?
Weight Watchers several times. Um, let's see, I did Slim Fast. I actually did a diet called martinis and whipped cream. That was interesting. Fed my other addiction. Then I went on one that was eat like um, a king in the morning, a prince at noon, and a pauper at dinner. So I would have like a plum and a piece of toast for dinner. And of course, the weight came off, but you can't stay there forever. So that didn't work. And I started gaining it back again. Then in 1992, my marriage kind of fell apart and he moved out. Um, and I joined AA. Well, my sponsor said, when you want to drink, have a chocolate bar. Well, I did. And
My sponsor said I have permission.
Exactly. So after
it's better than drinking.
I know you can't kill anybody eating a chocolate bar, right? So over then, let's see, that was in 92. And I just started gaining and gaining and gaining, still trying the diet. I went back to Weight Watchers again. I did Nutrisystem. I did Slim Fast. I did it all. But, I would lose and then gain it all back. So finally, I just kind of gave up. I was going to have fun. I had a best friend that was kind of like me, and we just went with it. We had Taco Tuesday, we had Milkshake Mondays, we had Sausage Thursdays at the famous hot dog place down the street. I mean, I went for years probably, and all my food was fast food. I was working. I would stop at Dunkin' Donut on my way in. I'd go to Wendy's at lunch and to Burger King at dinner. So, of course, gaining. And then about a little over a year ago, I hit 256. And that just scared the bejeebers out of me. I went to my doctor, and he didn't like it either. And God love him, he had gone to the Diet Doctor website and lost 40 pounds all on his own. And I knew he had lost weight. So he said, go try this and we'll see you in a year because you're going to be a diabetic if you keep this up. Oh, I didn't want to be a diabetic, that's for sure. So that's when I learned about keto. I had never heard of the ketogenic diet before. And over the next, probably 6 months of that, I had lost, 20 something pounds. But I wasn't really serious yet for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't really get serious until July of 2018. I'd gone to visit my friend June in Georgia for the 4th of July. It was a combination birthday party for myself and my roommate in the middle of when our birthdays were. And her friends up there made homemade chocolate. And I just went crazy. After being so good for so long, I just went crazy with the chocolate. Had acid reflux that night that I thought I was going to die. So God has a sense of humor. He showed me in a not so gentle way that chocolate isn't so good for me. So being with June, who was just awesome with her food, got back on track with her. But when I got home, I was still slipping for another 3 weeks maybe before I got really serious and started. I had read books all the time over this time. I talked, Jason Fung and Perlmutter, another doctor, Dr. Hyman is another one that was low carb, high fat. So I had all this knowledge in my head. It was just, well, how do I apply it? Because all my life I'd said, you can quit smoking and never pick up another cigarette. You can quit drinking and never pick up another drink, but you have to eat. So somewhere around in there, the end of July, 1st of October, it hit me. Okay, I just don't have to pick up the things that are bad for me. No sugar, no flour, no grains, because I had read the Grain Brain by Perlmutter, and that's a frightening thing to read. So then I got serious, and I've lost another 28 pounds, a total of about 43 since a year ago. And I'm loving it. I found Keto Mad with Mike. I found Beating Obesity with Jim, and I found you. What a blessing you are. And a whole bunch of others that I watch. And it's just very encouraging. I tried the WOBO, 1st of January. I had tried carnivore before, and I know you had tried it and had not a very pleasant experience. Well, mine was the exact opposite of what you had. Yeah, so, but I thought, okay, it's been a few months. I've been on the ketogenic diet. I've kind of adapted to that. I'm eating very few veggies, so let's try it. So for the first week of January, I did it, and it went good. So now I'm more carnivore than I am keto. I do one meal a day. I'm loving it. It's so simple. You don't have to think about a recipe. That was Dr. Hyman. When I was following him, he had recipes that were awesome. But you spend all weekend cooking because I was working still. And you can't keep that up. And it was very expensive too. He used a lot of nuts in his recipes. So anyway, I'm very happy right now. I may switch back and forth between. Have you lost me?
He's
Can
no
you?
Simon is no dairy. Did you give up dairy when you were with him?
I am lactose intolerant.
Oh.
And as much as I would love heavy whipping cream in my coffee, can't have it.
Okay.
I do like cheese. I haven't had any cheese in a while because I think I can be, good with the cheese and defend it like I planted in my food. But if there's a block of cheese in my refrigerator, I can't. It calls me, and I'll eat the whole thing in one setting. So cheese is kind of out of the picture. Cream is out of the picture. The only cheese that is safe for me now is blue cheese crumbles on a salad when I have a salad, and I love it. And I am missing those little salads, by the way. So I may be carnivore and go back with the salads. but I'm loving this simple way of eating. And I've had some non-scale victories along the way that are even more important to me than the scale. I suffer from depression, and usually around Mother's Day and holidays, I get very depressed. Hasn't happened since I've been doing the ketogenic diet. My mood is so much better. Um, no more acid reflux.
Mm.
So that's a blessing. I mean, I was taking pills every night to keep that from happening, sleeping propped up in the bed, and I don't have to do any of that anymore. What else?
So tell me, Tracy, do you live with somebody that does not eat the way that you eat?
I have a roommate. She's my best friend of 25 years, and it was a challenge in the beginning. She had her part of the pantry where her stuff was, and I just didn't go there like you squint with Greg. I just didn't go there. But a couple of times I did, and I got in trouble by eating some of her stuff. But January 1st, they had a challenge on her job about losing weight. And she's doing it now. She's lost since January 1st like 16 pounds. It's amazing. So that makes it a lot easier. In fact, I'm cooking a pot roast today for myself, and then I'm going to cook hers. So she'll have, excuse me. So that's making things a lot easier.
What food plan is she following?
She is more carnivore. I don't, she cooks her meals and I cook mine. I try to eat before she gets home, so she'll have the kitchen. And I'm seeing a lot of meat and a lot of boiled eggs. I haven't seen any veggies, so I think she's doing carnivore. But we don't talk about it. June and I are talking all the time about our food over the computer, and Kat just rolls her eyes at it. She doesn't want to talk about it. She just wants to do it. So she's doing it.
So tell me about a typical day for you. From the minute you wake up, do you have any supplements, additives, water, salt, coffee? I know you have coffee, but nothing in it. Artificial sweeteners or alternative sweeteners. What does your day look like?
Okay, the first thing I do is I have warm water with a lemon juice squeezed in it. I have my magnesium and potassium supplements that I put in that and drink it. And then I'm also just got some collagen. So I'm having that in a warm cup of tea at night. So my hair and my nails and all that good stuff are better. I drink my coffee black, poured over ice. It's the only way. I have this big cup. I don't know if you can see that my granddaughter gave me 2 years ago. So I fill it up with ice and pour the coffee in. Every now and then, I will have a cup with some artificial sweetener in it. And I got to show this. This is what she gave me for Christmas. And I told her I would show it. So that's what I drink the warm coffee on my tea out of. That usually holds me over until 2-ish in the afternoon. And then I have my OMAD. A lot of meat. I'm thinking maybe I might be eating too much because I'm kind of stalled right now.
It's too much for you.
Yeah.
How much is too much?
Pound and a half or a pound.
You don't weigh it.
Well, I know that my burger package is 1 pound.
Yep.
If I make 4 patties out of it, by the time it's cooked, it's probably 14 ounces after it's cooked, so less than a pound. And then if I'm still hungry, I'll scramble some eggs with butter. I love those Pete and Jerry eggs. Scramble them with 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan, and oh, they are so creamy. Now, when I cook this roast, I'll weigh it after it's cooked for my meals, and no more than a pound. And they usually do me three meals out of a nice chuck roast. So that's about it. I'm good unless I stay up too late. If I stay up late, then the head starts going and I think I want to eat. And I can find something, even if it's good stuff, like more hamburger or more eggs. And that's the last little thing that I'm trying to overcome is that nighttime snacking.
Yeah, nighttime is a one. I've done quite a few videos on it and how I broke my habit because it was a bad habit. Have you ever seen any of those?
No, but I'll go find them.
Oh, okay. Well, first the first bad habit I broke was eating in the bedroom. So I just did that cold turkey because there's no weaning off of that.
Right.
And then came the wanting to eat, after dinner. And I truly believe that there's no hunger after dinner. It's just a habit, And so anyway, after I eat my dinner, I kind of toothpick my teeth, then I floss my teeth, then I water pick my teeth, and then I brush my teeth. So that's my signal for you're done, girly. You're all. And so that's how I broke the habit. And it took a while, of course.
Right.
Yeah, nighttime eating, and then you go to bed feeling not so hot because you did it.
Right.
You wake up and you kind of feel not so hot because you did it. So, yeah, hopefully you can just go to bed.
Exactly. There's nothing better than going to bed knowing that you had a good day and you say, I'm abstinent. So I'm abstinent from stuff I'm not supposed to have. And then I wake up and it's a new day and I have nothing to regret. So
and you're not hungry. And you're not hungry.
I'm not hungry in the morning at all. I used to wake up starving, but now I'm not hungry at all. I do miss my fatty coffee.
Okay.
I may go back to that. I stopped that during WOBO. I can use ghee, but I can't use cream. And I love cream, but I pay for it. Even 1 tablespoon, and I will pay for that.
Wow.
And not a good way.
But ghee is good.
Ghee is
right?
good.
Ghee works.
And butter, too, doesn't do the same thing as the
right.
cream. I guess because they're different, the way they're processed or something. Yeah.
So you might go back to that.
Yeah, because I can drink the fatty coffee hot. And I like it hot. Some days when you're drinking cold, like today, it's 50, 46, 50, something like that outside. It's a little chilly in the house. And I would love to have a hot cup of coffee. So I may fix me one when this is over.
I was going to say, reward yourself when you're done. So, how are you with triggers and cravings and food porn and things like that? How do you handle any of that, or are you not bothered by it now?
Other than the cheese, I confessed a couple of weeks ago about the marshmallows. I got into Cat's marshmallows, but those are in the garbage now, so no more. Because usually there's nothing in the house that's really bad. I handled the holidays fantastic. I took food with me to my daughters and ate what I took, and the meat. Thanksgiving, I ate some of the meat that they cooked, the turkey. But Christmas, she did a ham, and she smothers it in orange juice and honey. So I told her, I said, don't be offended, but I will not be partaking of your ham. I took a nice little salad with a steak that I had cut up on top of the salad and ate that. And nobody cares. They're watching the football game. They're not paying any attention to what I'm eating. Eating out, I've only eaten out once. My brother took me out for my birthday and I had a big old steak and I gave away my sides. I haven't got brave enough yet to ask, can I have this without any sides? I'll get there. But I'm the food porn on TV just makes me laugh. They are liars. I saw a commercial for a product to help you on your keto diet. And it was some kind of a shake. And I'm thinking, oh, you're running scared. Your people aren't going to buy your crap anymore. So now you're going to do this, and unfortunately, people will buy that. Think they're doing something good for their bodies, and it's just crap.
I can't believe the keto products that are being advertised and pushed as if you can't do keto without it. Somebody just sent me a comment that they're saving up for a well-known supplement doctor's electrolytes, and it's like $50.
Oh no.
And that's a 30-day supply. And I said, you don't need these things, you know. But it, you know, that when you're new to keto, you think that you're going to need these products. Now, a lot of people, when they start doing carnivore, they give up supplements. How were you when you did your WOBO? Did you take any supplements that you might take every day?
I did not take them for that week. You have, well, my kitties are going crazy. I have restless leg syndrome, and that's the only prescription medication that I'm taking now, because if I don't take it, say by 6 o'clock at night, the cramps start in and I'm up. I can't sleep. And I'm hoping that the magnesium and the potassium might help with that, so that I could, and I don't know if it will or not, but it's an experiment.
Some people take magnesium at night, a tablet of it at night for the cramps and sleep sounder too.
Yeah. So I just read that. So I'm thinking, well, it's a muscle relaxer. That makes sense. So last night I took those supplements at night before I went to bed, and I'll start doing that at night. I'm sorry that my computer keeps flonking in. Can you hear that?
Popular. You're just popular, Tracy. Just admit it.
Yeah.
So, okay, how about exercise?
At this weight, it's really hard. I read that book that Mike had us read before WOBO. And that doctor recommends 30 minutes every day before you eat, go for a walk. And I did that for about a week, and then I stopped.
Was this Blake Donaldson?
Yes.
Okay.
That book. And
Okay.
And June was doing it too, up and down her little driveway there in Georgia. As soon as the sun came up, we would go for our walk, and that just fell away. And I don't know why, but I need to start doing that again, because that was encouraging for me. I have a little park that's like 2 blocks over from me, and I would walk to it, go around a little lake and back. It was just over a mile. And I could do that in 30 minutes.
Perfect.
I remember when I was thin once before, I did 2 miles every day in 30 minutes. And I did that before I went to work. Well, it was dark outside, and I would walk in a neighborhood across from where I lived then, and then come in, shower, and go to work. And that's a goal to work towards. And I know the more weight I lose, the easier that's going to be.
So are you hovering right above Wonderland?
Disneyland?
Wonderland.
What is that?
Weighing under 200.
Not yet. Sunday when I weighed in, I was at 212.
So you are a little bit above. Now, let me ask you, seeing that was a perfect lead-in for another question. What is your relationship like with the scale?
Well, I was doing really good weighing once a week. And then I got a new toy. I have a Fitbit, and the area scale that you can get that syncs up to your phone, and it tells you your body fat composition, and it's a new toy. So for 2 weeks, I weighed every day. But that's got to stop, because it's discouraging. And your weight fluctuates over the week. But the good thing is it does give you a weekly average at the end of the week. And that's slowly going down. But I've made a commitment. I did not weigh this morning. I'm going to wait till Sunday. The new toy, it's been 2 weeks. It's time to quit playing with it.
So Sunday morning, your weigh-in day.
Get out of bed, go to the bathroom, and weigh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So then, before you did the WOBO, did you weigh and measure and track?
Yes. I tried the chronometer. It was a little harder for me than the Fitness Pal because I could actually put in. I buy my meat from U.S. Wellness Meats. They're all grass fed, grass finished, and that is in the Fitness Pal, and I can put in a chuck roast, and I can put in a T-bone steak, and it's right there. So I've been using that, and yes, I was tracking everything, trying to stay below 1,500 calories and keep that ratio of fat to protein. It's 2 to 1, twice as much fat as there is protein. And that's easy to do when you're doing fatty meats. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So not weighing so much now because, like I said, I know that pound of beef is a pound or less after it's cooked. But if I'm doing a roast of chicken, I do still weigh that
After cooking it?
after cooking it.
Okay. So are you a grass-fed only beef person?
Yes.
Good for you.
And the reason I did that was, of course, I'm reading about the omega-6 and all that stuff when they're grain finished, even if they're grass fed, when they're grain finished, it kind of ruins the point of being grass fed. And I have started to really like my burgers rare, which I never did before. In fact, they're so rare, they're almost raw, but they're brown on both sides. And I just want to make sure that when I'm eating it that way, that it's good quality meat.
And what does it come like cryo back? Or, kind of in a one of those styrofoam things with the dry ice when you order from
It,
Wellness, US Wellness?
it's all frozen. If I order my food on a Wednesday, you have to order Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Wednesday before 10 a.m. in the morning. And I'll have it at my doorstep Thursday afternoon. I don't know how they do it. FedEx and them. It comes from Missouri, but they get it to you quickly. It's all frozen. I've never had a problem with anything, not being totally frozen. My last order was the heaviest one because of Wobo. I ordered 25 pounds of ground beef and some other things, and I went to pick up the cooler, which is usually pretty easy to pick up. I had to empty it in the kitchen and carry the food out to the freezer in the garage. I usually just pick up the whole cooler and take it. I drug it in the cooler and then unloaded it there.
That's funny. So you find the prices are kind of affordable for the quality?
If you look at the just the ground beef, I get the 75% lean, and it's about the same price as what you would buy the grass-fed package in Publix. Now the steaks and the roasts they are hot, but that's all I'm buying. So it's okay. I'm not buying the vegetables and other crap that I used to buy, and I'm not going through the drive-through and spending $10, there. I'm not buying ice cream and going through the twisty treat to get to get the big thing of ice cream. So yeah, it's worth it. Just
And you're worth it too.
exactly.
So you said you had a little hankering now for maybe having a little salad with some crumbled blue cheese on it. Is that coming back into your world, do you think?
I'm thinking it might, because like I said, I'm really missing it. I was doing what you were doing with the macadamia nut and the ghee, and I just had ordered a new bottle of the macadamia nut oil before I went on Wobo. So it's sitting there staring at me, and oh, it's so good. What else am I going to put it on if not a salad? So yeah, I think at least the salad is going to come back, and the fatty coffee.
Okay. And so when you add back in the salad with the oil and crumbled cheese, will you track again, or will you just know you have a certain vessel that you put your salad in, so you know it's a certain amount, and a certain amount of steak? Will you cut back on the meat, or just add the salad to the side?
I'm hoping that once I add back in the fatty coffee, the salad with the fats on it. I may not do the cheese every day, but I will do those two oils, and I measure those. I weigh the salad, I'm hoping that once I do that, then I can cut back a little on the protein. Because I read somewhere, some doctor said that if you overdo protein, it can mess with your insulin as well. And I am insulin resistant. So I'm just experimenting and see what happens.
And when you cook, the good part about the wellness that you were saying is that you can get 75-25.
Yes.
And I've only seen feedlot 75-25 in the stores. There's no organic grass-fed. It's, the best you can do is 85-15.
Yeah, they have the 85-15. It costs more than the 75. There for a while, I was buying a 55 keto burger that they had, and it was 10% beef heart added to it because I wasn't doing liver then. But they shrink so much when you cook them, and you end up with a pot full of oil and no meat left. So I moved up to the 75, and now I'm doing liver. I finally read how to cook liver so that it doesn't turn out like a sole of a shoe, like my mother cooked it. I have that maybe 4 ounces once a week, because you don't need a lot of it. When I first started eating again, I was overdoing it, and I had a bathroom issue. So I cut back now once a week.
I've never had a bathroom, ever. Oh, I don't think I've ever had one. Well, that all sounds great. Now, what do you think? Were you not able to say anything that you would want to say if we start winding down now?
No. The non-scale victories, like I said, no more depression. I don't feel bloated. I don't get out of breath when I walk. I took my brother to a vet hospital to have a test done before I lost any weight, and just trying to keep up with him, I was totally out of breath. I had to tug him back. I said, "Honey, you're gonna have to slow down." And he's younger than me by 3 years, but that's not happening anymore. And I just can't imagine ever going back to the way I was eating before, because I feel
that's so wonderful to hear. Now, okay, so I'm getting older women, newbies, after the holidays on my channel. And what would you say to a 70-year-old woman like yourself about beginning? What words could you say that would keep her motivated?
wow. Just do it. I mean, be online, watch as many videos as you can on keto, go to the diet doctor. If you like to cook, they have great recipes. If you don't like to cook, keep it simple. Meat and a salad, it's so easy. It's fast. For me, the biggest thing is the 1 meal a day. And I don't know if a newbie would be able to do that, but if you're hungry, eat. Just don't snack. That's the secret. I mean, if you need 3 meals a day, do it, but don't snack between. And hang in there. It will work. Give it time.
I do believe that the so many meals a day, it kind of, as you're in the program and you get the courage to go ahead and do it. I went from the fatty coffee to the 2 meals a day to the 1 meal a day. Never thought I could do the 1 meal a day. How long did it take you to get to the 1 meal a day?
I've been doing 1 meal a day probably 6 months. I just decided to do it and just did it. But the week of WOBO, I could not do it. I was eating at least 2 meals a day and some days 3, because I wasn't having the fatty coffee as my only reason that I can think of. I was still only eating like 1.5 pounds of meat, but it was spread out over the day, because who can eat 1.5 pounds of meat in one setting and you're not used to doing it? I know there are many women out there that eat 2 pounds in one setting. I just can't do that. I don't think I'd want to do that.
Yeah, I always take into account when I'm watching videos where people do things like that, their age.
Oh yeah.
I when we get older, we just, and so you had your pound and a half during WOBO, and now you're back to your OMAD.
Yes.
And you're thinking of adding a fatty coffee after this, especially. Look what you did, Tracy. You just did a whole interview with me.
Wow.
And then maybe adding in that nice little salad again.
Yeah. And I do the Olivia's organic when Publix has it. When they had the scare with the one lettuce that was
romaine,
the Olivia, it just disappeared off the shelf, and I could not find it anywhere.
Well, I found the Olivia's baby butter lettuce, so I'm having that all this week, and not baby lettuce, but baby butter lettuce. It's almost the color of eggplant around the edges. I don't know if you've seen it down there.
It's my favorite.
It's my favorite too.
I love soft lettuces, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I find that romaine is kind of harsh.
Yeah.
So
I used to, when I was making a big salad for the week, I would use romaine, red leaf, and green leaf and mix it all together. But since I found Olivia's baby butter, I don't want nothing else but that.
Hello, me too. Although I do get the Trader Joe's radicchio and baby butter lettuce, or just butter lettuce, and that's kind of good too. It's also a softer lettuce, and I never thought I'd give me the hardcore, but I like the softer.
Me too.
This has been wonderful, and I'm sure that we'll keep in touch, and you're a frequent commenter daily, if not more, and I think that that's great. So now people can put the face with the name, and it's great. I just love having us older women have a tribe, and anybody's welcome here, of course, in the No Matter What Club, but it's just a nice place for people to land that, can't watch 20-somethings lose 10 pounds just because they walked out of the room.
Or the buff guys with their shirts off.
Yeah, and we wear shirts when we talk on video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't need any more baby oil for my 6-pack. It's just, I don't know, just how it goes. But this is a delight, and your BFF is going to be so proud of you that you did this, and we know who we're talking about. So I'm so happy that you came on board, and you're beautiful.
Thank you.
We're going to keep in touch, and thank you so much. Now I'm gonna close us off from the rest of the world, and just you and me. So let's just say goodbye to our viewers.
Okay. Thanks a lot for having me, Sarah. It was great.
Thank you, Tracy, and thank you, people. And we will see you the next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.